on EA Sports.
And able to get this out to the 25. We get our first look now at Trey Lance, ready to quarterback this San Francisco offense. And Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. And Charles, we take a look at the 49ers draft class for 2021. They got their quarterback in Trey Lance, but paid a hefty price to do it.
Yeah, this is kind of an all-in strategy by head coach Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch. They won't have first-round picks for the next couple of years, but it would be worth it if they have found their quarterback in Trey Lance. As for the rest of the draft, I really like the pick of Aaron Banks in the second round, the guard out of Notre Dame. A team that loves to run the football. He's an absolute people mover at the line of scrimmage, as well as the running back at number 88 overall, Trey Sermon out of Ohio State.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
On second down, another shot for Sermon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there. First. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trent Sherfield there to make the grab. And the 49ers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Off-play action. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Javon Kinlaw coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. For the NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox on to punt for the Lions. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down, San Francisco.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On second down, it's Sermon. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. From midfield, here's Lance. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key is going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Here's Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Hurd there to make the grab. And the Niners lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Now gone. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
From the gun, here's Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Seibert's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And they will rally and stop him short on 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. Fielded, now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well. And it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far this game.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Goff on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After the sack on 1st down, Goff. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Azeez Al-Shaair Drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll wind up being a net of 41. Let's go. 9-yard return, 50. On the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Shotgun now for Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First down, San Francisco.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 58 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Lance looking to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Lance, a give now to Sermon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra deep too, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously, that'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
They find some open field here. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and folks, this is not an accident. This is by design. They wanted to clear out the middle of the field, and then if no one's open, they've got a safety valve they can just dump it down to, and he's got all sorts of space to roam there, and he turns it into a really big play.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, Goff. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1.
Every single time.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Goff. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And he's got his big tight end here. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He got 29 yards that time. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
This is caught. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Seibert's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Let's go, baby.
So we've reached half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. That is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on third. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a play fake. Lance. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And Lance now to throw. Flushed out right. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff, Sermon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down, Swift. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now throwing on third down there. Not connect. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. The Lance going to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now it's Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Romeo Okwara, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. From the gun, Sermon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Off of play action, here's Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. They run, here's Sermon. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Niners are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Sermon is in. Touchdown, 49ers.
Let's go. That's a touchdown.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Goff now looking to throw. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And this is Sermon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Sermon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. That is caught with Rashad Bateman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Here's Sermon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a run with Sermon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Flowers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Right there. 54.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 18-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Oh, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They give the Sermon out of the gun.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Sermon
making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Niners are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchdown.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Goff. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Here's Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.